Hi everyone, and a warm welcome to Low Season Traveller Insider Guides. This past month, we were invited over to the Islands of Tahiti by our good friends at Tahiti Tourisme so that we could learn exactly what the experience is like for visitors during the low season period. The Islands of Tahiti are arguably among the most stunningly beautiful in the world. Formed from the demise of 3 volcanoes, these islands have not only an incredible natural beauty, but they also have an ancient, rich and diverse cultural heritage which remains strong to this day. In this series, we seek to learn more about the traditions, beliefs, culture and heritage as we set out to discover the true essence of Tahiti when we meet the Tahitians. Episode 10, Peva. Peva is well known to everyone in Teahupo'o. He and his family have lived for generations in the lush green valley, and it's immediately clear that Peva himself has a deep connection with the land and ocean here. I spent some time staying in the incredible seafront house which Peva built himself using only natural materials from the valley, and it is one of the most amazing places I have ever stayed in. I can certainly see why the surf legend Kelly Slater stays here when he comes to surf and be at one with nature. In this short conversation I had with Peva as the sun started to set on Teahupo'o, I asked him about the history of Teahupo'o, how he came to build his wonderful house here, and he also explained the significance of his intricate and beautiful tattoos. Enjoy. Yorana. Peva, first of all, thank you so much for welcoming us to your home here. Tell us, first of all, about your relationship with Teahupo'o, how long you've lived here, because you've lived here pretty much all your life, right?
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
We are here since 1963.
Yeah.
1963. My father bought this land, this valley, in 1963,
yeah.
And we've been since that time. We've been here almost all the time,
yeah.
all the time. But I'm living here in this place since 42 years now.
What's interesting is you of course, because you've lived here, all your life practically, you know about the history of the place, and you were telling us a little bit before about what Teahupo'o means and the history. Do you mind telling us that again, just so that all of our audience can learn a little bit about
sure.
Teahupo'o?
Yeah, the meaning of Teahupo'o is a wall of skulls. A long time ago, there was it was Hui Itaiarapu, the name of the district.
Mm.
And one day something happened. There was 2 guys from Paia, a district far from here. And this district before it was Teahupo'o, it was not Paia. And there was 2 guys from there. They came over here for fishing. There's a place over there we call the tuna hole.
Tuna hole.
Yeah, because they all go over there to get tuna.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. They say it's a hole of tuna, So they all go over there for fishing tuna with the ancestral system with a piece of stone,
yep.
And they put the bait on. They wrap it with the cord and let the stone go down. And when the stone will be at the right dip, the stone will come off the rope, and all the bait will go around, and the tuna will come and get the bait. Yeah. So those 2 guys, they come over here to have a tuna, and there was a tradition. When you get your first fish, even if you have only 1 fish, you have to give the fish for like a gift to the god Tamatea, the god of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
He was living here, and his marae was up in the valley. The marae was Popoto. So these two guys, when they arrived, they leave the canoe here, and they start walking up in the valley to bring the present. And they meet people, and they start talking, and one they got hungry, I think. And the father said, okay, because there was a father and his son. They said, we'll cut a piece of the fish and we'll eat it. And the son said, no, don't do that. It's a sacrilege, It's not good. And this guy said, no, nobody will know because we'll wrap it in the coconut tree leaves, So they cut a piece of the fish and they eat it. And after that, they wrap the fish into the leaves and kept on going on the mare. And when they got on the mare, there was the priest there on the mare waiting for them. And when he took the parcel, it was light compared to the size of the parcel, and say, hey, what happened? And this guy said, we were hungry, so we eat a piece of the fish. And so he said, oh, that's bad. So they catch them, they hang them by the leg on the tree, and they cut their heads off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And in Teahupo'o, they heard about that, and they wanted to revenge and to make war with these people from Hui. But everybody was afraid of Hui because they were very, very bad warriors. They were very, very strong and bad. So they said, okay, we get them by another way, get them by the stomach. So the chief over there, Wahitua, he asked all the village to grow bananas, taro, and everything, chicken, everything. And when they got all the fruit and everything, they sent 2 big canoes here in Hui to give those presents for the population. And when the canoe arrived, they went to the chief. Rahero was the chief. Rahero Ururu, his name. He was surprised to see all those presents. And said, hey, what happened? This is from our chief in Teahupo'o, and this is for you. And before, when you give something to somebody, you have to give back the same thing. So they have a big party, they eat everything, and I said, then the chief over here said, okay, we have to do the same. So they start planting and growing pigs and everything. And moons after, they all sell, but only all the warriors, they sell in Paya, in Teahupo'o. And over there was a big house. It was we call that Faripote. It's a oval house. Mm-hmm. It was 81 meters long and 18 wide.
Wow.
Very big, yeah. Big. And they used to do party inside and everything. And this place was just on the west coast of the big island. Mm. And they called that house the Te Whare Tore Rea. Because when the sun goes just in front of the house, and the house get yellow. Rea means yellow in Tahitian. Mm-hmm. So the house will be all yellow, that's why they call it the Whare Tore Rea. So when they arrive over there, the chief said, okay, we go there's a cave. We go inside swimming because they were very hot, and after that we come and have a party. That's what they did. They went into the cave, they swim in the water, and after that they came back in that house. Everything was ready. Everybody sat down and started eating, and the problem was that they put poison in the food. Yeah.
Wow.
And they all they just fell down like flies,
Wow.
But there was the son of Rahero. He was late. When he arrived, he just saw the people from Teahupo'o. They were putting some big ropes all around the house, very tight, and they burned the house. They burned down the house, and everybody was inside, and they got burned. Everybody, yeah.
Wow.
And this guy, he was so afraid. He ran, and he saw a lady on his canoe. She was fishing. He jumped in the canoe, and they sailed back over here. When they arrived, they hide themselves in the valley up there. The valley is Waiharuru. He's still in this valley, in this property. And they hide. He was so afraid that they will come and look for him, So they stay a long time up there. And after that, when he came back and he said, okay, I have to take my revenge too. So he choose some very, very strong young guys and then teach them how to fight and everything. And long time after, he invite people from Teahupo'o to come over here. And they all come. They thought that they were weak because there was no more. Yeah. So they all came. They came into the pass here. They entered the pass, and all around in the lagoon there was a big canoes, but only one only one guy on. But I think that maybe this guy knew that it was a
Trap.
trap. Yeah. And when they all got inside with the canoe, they stood up there. That was the warriors. They were lying down in the
Yeah.
So they circled them, bring them on shore, and cut their head off. Of all those people. And by that time, they took all their head. They made a wall, and they said, "Okay, now it's not Hui anymore. It's Teahupo'o, the wall of school." And this is the name until now.
How it got its name, and it still is today.
Yeah.
And you were telling me before, I was taking a nice seat before, sitting on a rock over there, watching the sunset.
Yeah.
And you told me that that's the rock
Yeah, that's the road where they
chop the heads off them.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Yeah, still
That's an incredible
Yeah.
story. And as we said, you've been here all of your life, and you're here with your family. And you also you obviously, I mean, have you been a builder before? Because you built this incredible place behind us, and we're going to be showing people a little bit of footage of that. First of all, when did you build this place?
I built this place in 1978.
78.
Yeah. No, 1998. Excuse me.
1998.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And because we had already 2 children, and the last one was coming, so there was not enough room in the big house over there.
Yeah.
So I decided to build this house for my son Hitinui.
Yes.
So his room was for the youngest one.
Yeah.
So he moved over here. Hitinui stay in this house maybe like almost 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible place. I mean, you're not a builder by trade.
No. You know.
How did you learn to? I mean, how did you learn to build something like this? Because it's exquisite.
You know, when you have some idea, it will come. It will come. Yeah. Don't be afraid to try.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. You have to try, and I'm sure that everybody can do.
Yeah.
You know, on the beginning you make some mistake, but after you know how to do and how to correct correct all the mistake that you did.
That's how you learn, huh?
Yeah. You learn. But I did a lot of things like that before. I mean, I like to do
with your hands.
Yeah, with my hands.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
And you said as well, and it's really interesting to me that you never measured. You never took measurements or anything.
No.
Inside.
No, never. I just walk. I know how
many steps?
How many steps, and I go up in the valley and look for the wood and everything, and just cut them and put them over here. That's the way
Easy.
There's no square inside. I don't like square things.
Yeah, I can tell that. But you even managed to get wood that's kind of got a curve to it as well.
Yeah.
Did you have to look very hard to get that?
No. In the forest, you just have to look. Well, maybe you spend like 1 hour to take the right one, you know.
Yeah.
And after that, the same. I just walk when I see the branches, and I walk. I know the curve, and I know how long it will be for here, you know. That's how.
It's incredible, though. You know, there's a lot of talk at the moment about sustainability in tourism, sustainability in buildings. The carbon footprint of building this place must be practically zero. I mean, it's all natural materials that were here already, right?
Yeah, all the material come from the valley, and I just have to buy the screws and things like that, but all the rest come from the valley. Yeah.
It's so fabulous.
Yeah.
And we were saying before when we first saw eyes on this place, we said, I don't know if I want to tell anybody about this place. Selfishly, we want to keep it for ourselves, but it is wonderful. And you've been a host here for many surfers as well as other sort of travellers over the years, right?
Yeah. Since they start the competition over here,
the Billabong.
I had some guy over here. I had a lot of champion over here, like Kelly Slater, Pat O'Connell, Rob Machado, and all those guys. Yeah.
So they like it as well.
Yeah.
It gets their seal of approval.
Yeah. They love this place.
Yeah. Why not? Also, I can't help but notice you have an exquisite tattoo.
Yeah.
And we know, and we're going to be speaking tomorrow, I believe, to a tattooist. But we know that tattoo it's not just a pretty decoration. Tattoo it's got significance and real meaning.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing with us the story of your tattoo?
Yeah. So this tattoo is my passport.
Your passport?
Yeah.
Your ID?
Yeah, my ID. If you know how to read the tattoo, you will know exactly where I'm from. And I was talking about the wall of skulls.
Yes.
You have it over here.
Oh yes.
Teahupo'o.
Yes.
And you have my valley, the valley here.
Yeah.
You have the wave. I live in the valley front of the wave.
Yes.
In Teahupo'o.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I have a pound of fish. The fish are over here.
Yeah.
And these are the tikis, because I like to go in the bush and look for tikis and all the material, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. Everything is on.
It's all there.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
How long have you had that? Is it something that you had tattooed gradually, bit by bit?
I did it in two times. Yeah. I did the first this one, and after that I did that. Yeah.
Wow. It's absolutely exquisite. Yeah, beautiful. Want to thank you again so much for sharing a little bit of your story with us. It's just been such a privilege to spend time in this house that you built with your own hands, and it is a wonderful, wonderful house. And the location is out of this world. We have the sun setting over here. We have sharks, which you have very kindly pointed out to us, swimming.
And this morning the dolphins.
And the dolphins. There was a pod of dolphins this morning. And then there's been sharks swimming up and down in the evenings as well, and it's just a very peaceful location. Apart from the sound of this beast, which is out there in the big wave, but it's a lovely sound, and it's been wonderful to spend some time with you. So thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
You're welcome.
Maururu.